Importing iPhone from China can be very profitable. At the same time, you can lose a lot of money if you don't know the things I'm coming to share in this video. By the end of this video, I'll be unboxing these iPhones, which one of my customers have sent to my address for product testing before I ship to the person's country. Well, you can buy several second-hand slightly used iPhones on several e-commerce apps, which I have already made a video, Idealfish, Taobao, Pinduoduo. The issue about buying slightly used or second-hand iPhones on these apps is they might have some fault. You might not be able to use or insert your SIM card when it arrives in your country. So before you ship them out from China, you need to get an agent in China who can do product testing, receive the product, check the originality or the reality of the product before you can ship it out. Why do you need an agent to do that? It's because after you buy any product on these apps, you are protected. You can request for refund after 3 days, within 3 days of receiving the item. And since you are living outside China, by the time your shipping logistics ships to your country, that time has expired and you cannot request for refund again. Hence, you need an agent like me to do product testing at a fee to check your gadget, and if there's any fault in it, you can request for refund sent to the supplier without losing a lot of money. I have so many people who have lost several money through this iPhone importation because they didn't do product testing. It arrived and most of them is locked. They cannot use their country SIM card. Several of them having different challenges. And by the end of this video, I'll be unboxing this to show you how product testing is done. So this is one of the iPhones. So what are the things we check? This is some of the iPhones. So this is how I have received the iPhones. So these are slightly used iPhones. So that should tell you that sometimes it does not come with a box. These are some of the iPhones. It comes with a protector and a cover. I have several of them. This is there. There are some also here. I have to test all of them. Several iPhones. There are a lot here, and today I have to check each of them before we ship them out or request for refund from the supplier. So the things I'll be checking, I'll be considering when doing the product testing is one, the about of the phone, the version of the phone. One thing is sometimes somebody you might order, the supplier will tell you it's iPhone 14 Pro Max, but what you receive will be 14. So you need to do product testing. So I'll check the about of the phone. Also, the most important thing to check is the serial number if it's an original iPhone refurbished or replaced. It has some parts replaced. Why do I check these? Checking these things will help the buyer know the amount of money he or she is supposed to pay for that phone. Sometimes the supplier will say the screen is not changed, the battery is not changed, it's original iPhone battery. So once it's like that, you have to pay more. Meanwhile, if the battery is not original, the screen is not original, you have to pay less. Do you get it? So you have to know all these things. So once I receive them, I check all these things to know. The most important is the SIM card. If you check in the SIM card there, we have carrier lock, and in the carrier lock, it will show you or it will tell you whether the SIM card is working or not. If it's locked and you ship to your country, you cannot use it. you need to spend extra money to unlock the phone before you can sell to someone or before you can use, and that means you will not be making any profit at the end of the day. So these things are very, very important: the SIM card, the screen, the battery health. Especially people in developing countries, battery health is so important. So depending on the battery health will also determine the price you should buy from China. So if the battery health is very low, that means you should buy it very cheap as compared to an iPhone which is having 100% battery health. All these things I will check that. Aside that, I will insert SIM card. I will insert Chinese SIM card to check. After that, I will insert international SIM card. I have my country SIM card which works very normal. I will insert it inside and check to see if it's working normal. So this originally confirms that when you ship this phone outside China to your country, you are safe and there's no challenge from this. So these are the most important thing I check. Another thing I check is the true tone. The true tone. An iPhone with a true tone should be more expensive as compared to an iPhone without true tone. So if the iPhone is not having a true tone and your supplier says it's having a true tone, meaning after checking that, you can talk to the seller to reduce the price because the spec is not having a true tone. That is another factor I check during product testing. What else do I check? I check whether it's charging. Yeah, the charging system is okay, the sound system is okay, and basically these are the most important thing. Another thing you should know if you are importing iPhone from China is if there's any scratches on the phone. In China, when there's scratches on the phone, even cars, a little scratch will reduce the cost of the product. The value of the product will reduce drastically if there's a scratch. So if there's scratches on the sideways, it means you should buy it cheaper. This is another thing I'm sure you didn't know, and today I'm letting you know. So if I receive the phone and there's some scratches, and I will let you know, and you can ask the seller to reduce the cost of the phone. Another thing you can do if you're into business is to tell the sellers to add the box of the iPhone box. So if you have a box, packaging is so important. If you can get free boxes or cases from the sellers, and with these cases you can easily sell the iPhone higher or more as compared to without a case. So these are so many important things I check during product testing. If you need any service like this, product testing of iPhones or laptops, any product, contact me. I'll do that at a fee which is very affordable to save you from losing a lot. This is especially for beginners. With time, if you are able to get a supplier who is reliable, who sells these iPhones, you don't have to do product testing. After you have built trust with this seller, the seller knows you import a lot, you buy a lot, every time you are safe and you will not need product testing. But if it's your first time, and especially those who buy secondhand like Idle Fish, sometimes some sellers do not have that. Maybe one person, he wants to sell his secondhand iPhone, so it's very hard for you to determine whether this person is genuine or real. So you have to do product testing. I had several people who made me visit some shops to do product testing. The iPhone was very cheap, but the challenge is this iPhone can only be used in the city in which I was. Only in that city. It's even funny. That was my first time to know that. It's even funny to hear that even in another city in China, it cannot be used. So that is why it's very cheap. So if you don't do product testing, if I didn't do product testing, this person would have bought the phone to his or her country, and at the end of the day, big loss. I hope you run a very big loss, because I'm here for you. I'm here to do product testing. If you have watched this video to the end, comment in the comment section. Let me know some of your experience importing iPhone from China, especially second-hand iPhones, and anything that you are expecting, any video you are expecting from this channel. let me know and I'll do that. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.